It's named after a famous pass in the Italian Alps. On this edition of Test Drive, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Hot on the heels of the scintillating Giulia comes the new Stelvio crossover. Unlike so many, it is overt in its sportiness. From the pronounced nose to the tight bustled tail, it's a hot piece that does not have to take a back seat in anything it does except perhaps for its off-road ability. Its primary focus is to straighten a twisty road and not pound a dirt trail. The cabin of this Stelvio is very well conceived. Great seats, great driving position, and it really is all about the driver. However, there are two nits to pick. First of all, the infotainment screen, it is small. In this case, bigger really is better. The other problem, and it's a bigger issue, has to do with these paddle shifters. They're stuck on the column. As a result, if you dial in steering, you've got to be able to reach them, so they're very large. They actually put a block between the steering wheel and the turn signal and wipers. The question is it more important to be able to downshift heading into a corner or signal a lane change? I'll take the latter. The Stelvio is motivated by a 2-litre turbocharged four-cylinder that pushes 280 horsepower and, more importantly, 306 pound-feet of torque. Off the line there is a hint of turbo lag, but it's small and so it really doesn't impact overall performance. It works with an 8-speed automatic transmission and a good all-wheel drive system. The transmission shifts quickly and smoothly, while the all-wheel drive adds to the driver's confidence. Under normal situations it drives the rear wheels, but it can send up to 60% of the power forward to maintain stability. You know, this Stelvio is deceptively quick. It'll get you to 100k in 6.1 seconds, and it does the more important 80 to 120 passing move in 4.2 seconds. Now, if you feel the need for yet more speed, opt for the 4-leaf clover version of this Stelvio. It arrives with a 505 horsepower Ferrari-derived V6. Now you're talking fun. Based largely on the Giulia sedan, the Stelvio has a stiff platform and a suspension that dials out just about all body roll, which for a high-riding crossover is not an easy task. Combine that with the 255 45R20 tyres and a sharp responsive steering setup, and the Stelvio ripped the pylon test to shreds. It was both fast and it did not suffer from understeer until the very edge of the envelope. Some so-called sports cars should handle as tenaciously. The back half of this Stelvio has been well thought through. You've got plenty of room for 2 adults and longer items like skis. Even in that configuration, you've still got 525 litres of cargo space. But if you fold the whole lot flat, you end up with 1,600 litres. What I do like is everything has been nicely squared off, and so the number is representative of the space you have to use. The manner in which the Stelvio drives is altered through Alfa's DNA drive mode selector. It offers advanced efficiency, natural and dynamic modes. Based on the choice, the system adjusts the transmission shift pattern, steering assist and braking response. Forget the efficiency mode, as it blunts everything. Natural is ideally suited to an urban environment. That said, pick dynamic and be done with the messing around. The Stelvio feels lithe and athletic without feeling too jumpy in a city environment. You know, the Stelvio is a stylish looker and a motivated mover. While it's true it doesn't have some of the off-road capability of some of the crossovers in the segment, when it comes to a twisty road, few can stay with it.